Would you talk to what's going on? It is me, Mike Lepre, King Michael. Legit Paranormal Clips brought to you by legitpodcast.com. It's November 9th, 2023. 119220. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 2 is 8. 9 minus 1 is 8. Times 1 is 8. That's the best I can do for math geeks. Joining me as always is Sarah Paranormal. How are you, Sarah?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty darn good. I am just started to invest in some of these Kona big waves. I'm about like 18, 19 in.
18, 19 in?
At least. Oh, I just been pounding them back. They're like Gatorades. How's your night going though?
Well, speaking of alcohol, I just want to say happy birthday to my beautiful stepdaughter who turns 21 today. I don't know if she's 18 or 19 in. She went out, so I hope not.
Yeah, but you know what? Back in the day, by the time we were 21, it was like we were sick of drinking. I shouldn't say that probably out loud. Joining us on the block on itself, it's Rick Lysick. How are we, Rick?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Hey, my guy. How's it going?
Going good. Happy birthday to your little one. Well, not so little anymore.
Yeah, no, she's not.
That's exciting stuff.
I didn't even know that football was on tonight. I don't even know who's playing.
It's the worst game ever. So the Bears and Panthers.
Oh, wow. That's the kind you save up a ton of money for, right? You get the hotel booked, you buy the tickets, and you go to another game. So we're going to do part 2 of Block Island tonight. But it's actually part 1 if you want to be timeline-wise, but it's our part 2. I'd like to call it part 2. But before I do that really quick, I want to go over this. I'm not going to show you the video, but I'm going to read from it. So this Pentagon guy stepped down, and he wants to call himself a Pentagon boss. So here's what it reads. Now, see, here's my problem. When I read this, I feel like I'm trying to be, all right, the head of the Pentagon's UFO office is retiring. Now, it says the head of the Pentagon's UFO office. Now, keep in mind, that's what they just said. Is retiring. Days after admitting there could be some truth in a whistleblower's shocking claims that the U.S. government's hiding evidence of aliens. In an interview with Politico, here we go, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick said that he decided to step down. Now, this is what threw me off the most. After achieving his goals, having postponed retirement to take on the role. After achieving his goals, he works in the UFO office. What could your possible... So then he goes, Director Kirkpatrick has been director of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, since it was founded by the Biden administration last year. And in the 18 months since its inception, the issue of UFOs has generated much public and political interest. Now, wasn't he just the Pentagon's UFO office head? Now he's the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office?
What the hell does that even mean? All-Domain Anomaly Resolution? What are they resolving?
They're looking at all the films. They're looking at all the evidence. It's like their clip show.
Are they
looking at all the evidence?
For real?
Yeah, well, that's what they're trying to do.
All right, but the story led off with the head of Pentagon's UFO office is retiring. And then it goes on to talk about this guy, Dr. Kirkpatrick, who is the director of an all-domain anomaly resolution office. That doesn't sound like the same guy.
Oh, no, that's not the same guy then.
Rick, would you say that first line's misleading?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. The head of the Pentagon's UFO office is retiring. I'm like, oh, God.
Now, was the statement that he accomplished his goals, was that directly from him, or is that what they...
That was one of his reasons for leaving, which I didn't believe. Like, I just, that's one of the weirdest things I ever hear a person say. Well, I've accomplished my goals. Have you? Then you probably
what were those goals?
That's my point. That's my point. He works with UFOs. It's not like he solved anything. All right. I don't even know if we should give this a breakdown, because you actually give it a breakdown, I think, once I start the film, right? Am I correct with that? This is going to be a doozy, because, oh my God, I hope I don't like just start again, talking into the microphone by myself or making fun of you guys or anything that comes out on camera, I'm really like worried for myself here. Not for you, for me. Here we go. Uh-oh. I don't even. I'm sitting here with 2 phones, by the way.
Hey guys, we just talked what's going on. It is October 20th, 2023. This is the
It was
podcast live investigation. It's me, Mike Lemby. To explain more about the live investigation, let me pass this over to my man, Block Island Rick, who I'm also joined with Sarah Paranormal, but over now to Block Island Rick for some explanations.
All right. Hey guys.
You look happy.
Halloween.
That light is so bright.
This is like awfully bright.
There you go.
Bright light. So, like Mike said, we're here on lovely Block Island. We are in the Native American cemetery here, the New Shoreham. It's actually called the Indian Cemetery, according to the sign. I know it's not PC, but this cemetery has a very long history. The Native Americans,
All right. Can we just say this? Let's preface this with Rick had just come off being really, really sick.
Mhm.
He's not actually out of breath because he didn't do anything, really. He just couldn't breathe that whole weekend. And he kept scaring us because he couldn't breathe right. Sarah, am I correct?
You are correct. I think I kept asking Rick if he was okay. I'm like, you good to do this, man?
All right, Rick. So as we get back to this, I want to make sure people don't think you just like ran a mile and then stopped and got on camera. Here we go.
graves go back to the 1600s. There are also slaves in the cemetery, and there's also a couple witches in here. Most of you are familiar with the Palatine story. It's a ghost ship that comes to the island. It was basically, it came here in 1738 after a long journey of contaminated water. And it said that the islanders set up a fake lighthouse, crashed the boat, and basically took what they wanted from that boat. 2 of the survivors, the female survivors, were the history books refer to as Long Kate and Short Kate. They also refer to them as the island seers. So when we think seer, we think clairvoyant, but these ladies were definitely witchy. Long Kate was supposedly a very powerful witch, and she's buried in this cemetery too. So we're going to do some investigations here. We're going to try to talk to some of the Native Americans. We're going to try to talk to Long Kate. And I hope you guys enjoy. All right, I'm going to pass you back to Mike.
What, Short Kate, like redheaded or something?
Sarah Paranormal's here too, but she didn't want to know the background.
Why, thank you, Rick. Now,
Why, thank you, Rick.
shut my mouth and walk around. Let's check out this cemetery.
Oh, the wind's going to be a biatch. By the way, Sarah didn't even come with us. She happened to be there when we got there, just like that.
Yeah, I was just hanging out there with the Kates.
Yep, talking to the
Chill.
Kate, long and short.
Well, the long and short of it was.
Yeah, Kate. I think what's going to be messed up is I think I can see everything.
Look, it's Mandy. Hey, Mandy.
I didn't see that.
We got flashlights. We got cat balls. We got the EMF meter.
You know what's worse too is I can't breathe myself.
Was I the only one that was not sick that weekend?
Even though it's a broken nose thing.
Sarah.
I was just sore from having driven like forever in a car.
Not on your nose though.
Not in my nose.
That's the point.
Don't drive my nose.
That's the point.
Was that me giving you a very quick answer?
I just let me know when you can see him. All right.
That was
I
us
just know
trying
how
to
close
see
I am.
Rick.
Look at you, Rick. Look at his pants.
So we have a
My
couple flashlights set up here. We have some island water over here. We have a few cat balls.
Sorry.
We do cat balls on Block Island. And let's see what happens. Sarah, you coming over?
Looking for the headphone. So when we decide we're going to do the episode, let's jump into it, and then it'll be right there.
It's just her voice coming from the mist.
I'm actually invisible. I think it was pitch black. We had all our
So
stuff
Dr.
like in
Catherine,
suitcases
was
by
known
the
to
side of the
actually
road.
make things out of some of the wreckage from the Palatine. She made a pretty famous pestle and mortar that they could not keep anywhere. They ended up having to
You know what that
bury
is?
it because it would fly off the shelves and destroy the houses.
What is that? Pestle and mortar?
Pestle and mortar, where you grind up spices, it's like the bowl with the little.
Oh.
Start with that.
The old school medicine
Want to do
thing. looking thing.
Estes or just open the spirit box? All right.
Is this a passive aggressive fight?
No,
No, I didn't know you
No,
guys were
this
talking
is-
about.
Two investigators trying to decide what they want to do first. Basically.
This is where you guys played craps, or was it dominoes?
Yeah, it was euchre.
Fiddlesticks.
patty cake.
What was when you bounced the ball and you had to grab the
It was
Jacks.
marble.
jacks?
Oh, Jacks, yeah.
Could never do that.
I didn't play those games because I am a girl.
What does that mean?
Now,
We
what are you
didn't do
telling
that
him?
stuff. We are just trying to get the spirit box sorted. So I had an SB11 on me and it just wasn't cooperating. Because everyone, when you use a spirit box to do the SDs or anything, everyone likes it set different ways. It can be AM, FM, it can go forward or reverse, and then it has different sweep rates. And some people like to listen to the spirit box sweeping the channels really fast, and some like to hear them slow. I personally prefer AM backwards pretty fast because it
Is this
kind
where Rick
of
took the nap? Is this where Rick took the nap? And I gave him that stone massage.
No, this is us still trying to get the spirit box.
Oh, that was later on.
And then we
that night.
eventually
Never mind,
switched
Rick.
to Rick's.
I'll find the headphone jack.
I was like, you're giving me. I'll find the headphone jack.
Oh, that's what it was. Is they're on the SB11, there's a temperature gauge and it kept going off and beeping. That's what that is.
I'm standing there in the wind going, here I am. See?
And you guys hurry up.
That's exactly what I was thinking, too. Wow, that summed it up pretty well for myself.
Okay, well, Mike, that was actually this was just like a quarter of how much sitting around and waiting and doing this stuff actually happens on investigations. So
No, I know, but this is over just a whistle, a high-pitched whistle.
it's that was the SB11's temperature sensor that kept going
Call it
off.
whatever you want, smart pants. It's still a whistle.
It's not.
It's a beep. Actually, it's an
Either or.
alarm.
Either.
Now, before this happened, I don't know if you guys remember, but I had put a motion detector way down on the other side of the cemetery, like down the hill, and the motion detector had gone off. I don't know if you remember that. I do.
Mhm.
But could we truck that
We
up to the
didn't
wind?
catch it.
Could we truck that up to the wind?
Can wind make a motion detector go off? I'll have to.
I
Or
would.
would something have to blow in front of it?
No,
Well, the branches.
Maybe.
Wind blows the branches.
why would you put a motion detector near branches?
It
We're not even
didn't.
making
It
sense,
was.
guys.
It
I
was
know.
on
It
top of
wasn't
a
a branch.
grave.
It had to be the. Never mind. It had to be the wind itself.
Okay, guy.
I never seen a. When's the last time you saw a branch flying through the air? Be honest. When's the last time you saw a branch?
The last time there was a hurricane in Florida.
Yeah, was there a hurricane that
Really
night?
loud, like
Every Thursday on Block Island.
Was that on Thursday?
How many gauges are gonna-
Saturday.
Exactly. No branches. No branches.
And you know what? It wasn't October 20th either. Let's just leave it on the ground like that. Okay. You want to use that?
I don't even know what that means.
I hate when you guys
Just-
fight.
All right.
We're not fighting. I don't even know what we're talking about.
In the beginning of the video, you said the date was October 20th.
It probably was to me. I don't know.
Sarah was holding on to that, just waiting to say that, Mike.
Yeah, I was.
October 20th.
I hate when you
Oh.
fight. We never fight.
I know.
Or I'm going back in, okay?
Okay. I just, I correct Mike and he gets upset about it. That's what that is.
Yeah, every once in a while. Like, and when I mean once in a while, I mean never.
9:15. And rest in peace, Matthew Perry.
Yep. Just found out he died.
Oh, yeah, just passed away.
These
Yeah, I
days.
know. I said, are you serious?
What are you gonna miss these days?
Coincidence? I think not.
I have a friends alert thing on my phone, and it went off.
Just here,
What up, JK?
communicate with you.
I think Josh there is there too.
Ask
The
these
animal.
of us as well.
Yeah, I brought him up before. How can you miss the animal?
Hey, animal.
Put on a performance.
Want to go?
Is
All
that,
right.
Like, you want to go? Or?
All right.
Nice.
So for the record, we had a language barrier here. I was the actual interpreter because Sarah she can't speak fast Rhode Island. And it happened. It happened so many times. Want to go? Wait, you want to go like a fight or plastic denning? Whoa, wait, you'll see. You'll see. Yeah. Rick, you're like rapid fire at times, and I don't think you can scribble that fast.
What's 19?
Off the wall.
Great album.
Vans.
Back.
Can you just slow down one?
Off the wall, back.
Slow down for 1 second. It's gonna help with context if maybe I know who I'm speaking with.
But hold on, stop. Just so people know, I'm not. When I say hold on, slow down, I'm not talking to Rick. Rick cannot hear me. Just
no.
so that's clear.
Oh,
I'm talking to the spirits, but I don't know if the viewers know.
No, the viewers. So for the viewers, Rick's got headphones on. He can't hear anything but the white noise. He's got those kinky blindfolds he brought from home, and so he can't see anything. And Sarah's asking questions. Now she's speaking to the spirits. There's a little part of her that is still speaking to Rick. Listen, I get that one twisted because she likes throwing digs. You'll hear her throw some insults and stuff, but yeah, mostly to the spirit.
Or if you need something.
Pro.
You're a pro?
-2.
17.
Dog. Thanks.
So
You're welcome.
what happened here, guys, is one of the first things he said was 19.
Yeah.
And then he just said -2. Or go back 2. So in my head, I thought 17, and I immediately thought steps. That's why I walked over to the 2 gigantic stones, and I walked 17 steps from it. I'm not kidding. That's how dumb I am. That's what I did when this was all done. Because in my head, Rick was giving me a map. 19,
Yeah, but
2, Crow.
Did anything happen over there, Mike?
No.
Did you?
Nope.
No.
No.
Nope. You didn't feel anything. Nothing.
Nah, not a thing at all. I felt
Okay.
breezy. But yeah, that's what I actually thought at this point. I felt like it was a little Goonie-esque in the sense that, like, I'm getting a map.
So
Those blindfolds you
Agreed.
can buy on Amazon, like a
Great.
pack
Are
of like
there
100 for
several people
$10.
coming through right now, or is this just
Way to ruin the
one
allure of
person
Rick's.
speaking? This is a lot of different.
I was going to say, comes with a ball gag and a pair of
Let me
handcuffs.
ask
Yeah.
that
Say.
one person come through at a time.
No, those are sold separately.
It's easier for us to get the messages across. Just step back. We'll give everyone a chance to speak.
Drop. I'm down.
I know you're excited for someone to speak to you.
That's a great
Oh,
picture.
okay. Hold on for 1 second again. So I'm asking, and like Rick, I wanted to ask you, and I think I asked you there. It seemed like I'm asking them to step back and let one person speak at a time because things were coming so rapid fire and they were so thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. One blindfold for every night. Things were coming so rapid fire that I thought at the time that maybe he was getting bombarded, like maybe multiple people like were coming through and trying to be heard because sometimes that's what happens when you get just a lot of like rapid fire random stuff coming.
That's
at you.
exactly what it was.
Okay, yeah, I
It
thought
was
so.
like it sounded like 3 or 4 different distinct voices, but they were just sort of spit firing at me.
Now, the skeptic would say, well, that's what a radio should sound like. Different voices shooting at you, right? But then
Mhm.
Yeah, man. If you've done it enough, you can differentiate what's. I mean, most times you can differentiate what's radio and what's something else.
And then also you would expect multiple voices sitting in the middle of a graveyard, right?
Mm.
But all these
Right.
different people buried there. So
Yep.
that takes care of that part of that. Let's go back to see if Rick says anything inquiring.
It's lengthy.
Hey,
Something that I can validate.
really, it's like a
The
map.
name of someone that's here.
Let's begin.
One or many people. How many people are here right now? Is it 17?
Now.
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 Yeah, now. How many people are
He
here
doesn't
right
sound like
now?
he's trying to get us to go do an adventure.
We'll let everyone speak, maybe one at a time, if you can give us something that's useful to you.
Watch more directions.
Broad-winged sun.
That's the name.
Is that your name?
Does sound like a name, doesn't it?
Down there.
Yeah.
Down there, more directions. I'm telling you, Birdwing Sun's trying to sound
Can you tell me which
hold on.
direction down there?
Just you.
Just you want just me to go down somewhere? Am I going north, south, east, or west?
Hurt. See him coming. When you dare.
No one else saw this
I
as a
feel
challenge.
like there's a lot of you trying to speak right now. And we want everyone to be
94.
heard. But when you talk over each other like that, it's just hard for us to make sense of what's happening. Why doesn't everyone come here and tell me someone they love? Tell me the name of someone they love.
Polyadic.
What?
You pay.
You pay polyadic?
It's a blood moon tonight. Do you know that? What was your tradition on the blood
100.
moon?
All right. I know I'm a numbers guy. I get that. I get that. Like I have a hard time when people say numbers in a sentence. I get caught up in it. You're not
Yeah.
hearing a lot of numbers. You're not
There
hearing
are
a lot of like
numbers.
almost like get going directions style type thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I should be writing them all down right now. I'm gonna have to go and watch it again. I don't know if it means anything. I'm right at that moment. I am so desperately trying to start a conversation or get something tangible from somebody that we could have verified. Because really, when you're doing this, unless you can verify the information, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, you can't. So normally you want something that you can build a conversation off of and establish some sort of rapport with somebody. Hi, Vicky.
My thing though is I didn't feel like I was in the experiment like the two of you. And I'm sitting there just hearing numbers, you know, looking around, and I'm like, this is a map. And then when he said that name, I'm like, this guy wants us to go find something. Now, maybe that's just a little kid in me, but upon watching it back now, I feel better about what I thought that night. I'm like, this guy's trying to give us directions. But
Just a
like,
cup of pop.
yeah, man. You know what? Blame all the movies in the '80s, but that's just what I felt. And
I
now
mean-
more. What, Sarah? Is there any validity so far to that idea that for some reason he's given us almost coordinates?
I think so. And I was listening to you and sort of following your lead because I couldn't understand Rick, and I still can't with the wind. It's even worse. So yeah, you were translating for me when you said that's a name. I was like, oh yeah, he's right. I think it's good that you were there because I was so busy trying to speak and Rick's, not hearing us and just listening to the spirit box that you were probably the person that was best to interpret a lot of that at that time, which is why you have teams and you have.
Well, I think that holds some credence to why you want somebody who's involved but not really involved, so that they can just listen to the actual words and write them down. Because I'm not
Yeah.
looking for meaning in them, and I wasn't trying to like figure out what he was saying. I was just going by what he was saying. And then, again, he said numbers, and I got caught up in that. Let's listen him back.
100. Did you say 100? Did you have a tradition?
Property, I'm not sure.
This is a long story, but they're trying to
Rain.
detail about something that happened to match numbers.
Okay, this is all being recorded because you can't get out of everything on that.
No, what I'm telling you is they're talking about numbers.
No,
large numbers.
what I'm telling you is
That's right.
Attack.
that's right.
They were in.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Did he just say that's right when I said they're talking about numbers?
Mhm.
Yeah, I caught that at the
All right.
Yeah, when you said that to me, he said that's right.
Tradition?
Property, I'm not sure.
It comes up with 10 seconds. I say it once, and then
This
I'm like,
is a long story, but they're trying to
Rain.
detail about something that happened to match numbers.
Okay, this is all being recorded because you can't get out of everything on that.
No, what I'm telling you is they're talking about numbers, large numbers. They're trying to
That's right.
attack. They were in.
That's right. Mike's right. What Mike's
mm,
saying?
I think Mike was,
Away.
oh yeah. They just want us to go look.
Exeter.
Exeter?
That's
Hoo-ah.
That's Paranormal.
Hoo-ah. Is there a Marine here?
Was an attack.
If we missed out on a
Fast
treasure,
rolling.
I'm sorry. What did you say? What did you just say?
Fast trolling.
They were in.
That's right.
You say
Mike's
fast
right.
strolling?
What Mike's saying?
Away.
Wait, fast strolling?
Exeter.
I guess so.
Exeter?
That's
Hoo-ah.
That's Paranormal.
Hoo-ah. Is there a Marine here?
Was an attack.
Fast rolling.
Fast rolling?
Yeah.
Fast trolling.
Went to church.
This is a story.
I was sent.
Where were you sent?
I changed the angle, but that sounds like something different.
To see.
You were sent to sea?
Please.
What do you need?
Hello. Run. You. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, as if we're gonna know.
Where did you run to?
Word man.
What? Weir man?
I'm not sure if it was Merman or Weirman.
Which?
This is where I think he's getting hit with stuff. That's not the same as the first thing.
Warning.
Who's the warning?
Warm.
Warmer. Warmer. Stop.
Forget that.
Good old negative.
Rick, do you remember if this was all the same
Still the same
voice?
spirit with me or someone else?
Because you just asked, is there someone else? Is it still you? You just said, wait, listen, sorry, you just said, is this the same spirit with me, or is it someone else? So we're actually asking the same question. Listen.
The dead man.
Is this still the same spirit with me or someone else?
Scoured it. Scoured.
It's
Right.
changing.
Do you want
Change.
us
That
to
was
pray?
something weird.
Do
See,
you want us to pray for you?
Rick, what was weird? So stop. Let's stop
Not-
this. You just said that was weird
I'm not sure.
because you just said it like as if you ended that second person's conversation.
Yeah.
Is there a way to record it on a different channel?
Uh,
Yeah, there is. You can I put an SD card in it and record.
Okay. Let's carry on though. So I'm feeling like we were given directions, and then we're being tried to be scared or something right there, and it ended with that was weird. So I don't know if he continues. Let's see.
We can do that. Can we have a name, please?
Her name.
Surname?
Surname.
Who's her? Her name. What's her name? What's her name?
If you. Moon driving. That's it.
That's a great way to end. Shit.
America.
Uh-oh, here we go. You're in a commercial now.
Shattered.
Oof.
What year do you think it is?
Chamber. The pets.
Now is
Like
it
you can see the time, right? When it's 9:30, tell me and I'll pull them out.
Mike was zoned out right there. I can tell you that much. Just watching the
The
girl.
one.
No one.
I don't know how I got this job.
I don't know. I can. You have a phone. I can.
924.
Okay. Leave Rick in there for about 6 more minutes.
What a grouch.
Is there something you have to tell him?
Cunty Pow.
What? Rick Gutsy Powell
Comfy Pow, I think. I don't know.
On track.
on track.
Are you talking about a war?
Condensation.
No, I just feel like we're playing a game.
Deals.
It's very random now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Playing one of those games.
No.
No.
I just said that. I just said it's very random.
So I don't really have anything responding
Your
to you
turn.
right now intelligently.
Your turn. But he just
So
said.
either he's picking up something residual, somebody's telling
Stop
the
it.
story, or
Rich
we're
just
going
said
to
your
ask him
turn,
when he
stop
comes
it.
out if this is a bunch of different voices.
He did, and I didn't
Yeah.
catch it at the time because I'm talking.
Mhm.
People are just giving him random bits of information, which isn't really useful. It's not helpful. We can't verify any of it.
MC Powell.
It's like a bunch of guys bragging.
Yeah, or trying to
Turn the lights.
trying to like, talk over each other.
They're just telling you to stop. They said turn the lights, stop,
Trying
Yeah.
to do the,
go away.
Your turn.
the line for the
Your
stop
turn.
light, but again, it's
Sorry.
Sorry.
it's okay. Everyone's
Go.
excited to
Go.
They're done.
You just say no.
I'm sorry. Go.
They're done with you, Rick.
Turn the lights off.
Rick, you didn't feel like you were getting like turned down or dumped right there?
Turn this light off.
10 straight.
10
straight,
seconds.
what, 10 straight paces. 10 straight. What? Just if you need our help, I just
Save us.
need something.
We need to make a candle out of Rick's.
Did he say less?
Save
Yeah.
me.
That's why.
Sort of like, shut up.
I'm gonna pull them out. If you have anything else to say.
Something's gonna watch.
Well, maybe
What?
I'll give you a second to
What?
collect your thoughts.
Someone's
and
gonna
have
watch?
Someone come through and speak.
Going in deep.
Going in deep.
That's what she said. You're right. You were in there a while.
Even in that
What's that?
position,
You
you
were
had to
in there
say
a while. I guess is that a lot of
I don't
different
remember saying that.
voices or one voice?
There was a few.
Yeah, because it sounded almost like people were coming through trying to talk over each other.
Rick, how do you feel when you come out of that?
It takes you a second to get your bearings again because you're concentrating so hard. You know what I mean on what you're listening. It's like when you record. It's like when you're recording in music. When you're just tired from listening.
We call that when you have your head up your ass. There's
Yeah.
comes a point where you get so tired that you're never going to make a good take or make a right decision because you've just exhausted the whole.
Your brain. Yeah.
You guys probably use a different term in the paranormal, but let's go to where Sarah jumps into the mix.
I'm just gonna go old school, just white noise.
Oh, I thought it was a smoke detector.
It looks like a smoke detector.
I'm wearing
give me
all
like-
legit podcast
Give me like
gear
15
there.
minutes. If it's completely
All right, hold your horses.
the neck's injured pretty badly though.
Paralyzed?
You tell a story, by the way.
People see a long neck man up here.
So I'm using just white noise. There's no radio signal at all.
So I can see my clothes based on the clothing I'm wearing. This is like early 1800s. High neck dress, the buttons, laced up boots.
All right. For the record, here's the difference so far. You're telling a story of what you see and what's going on, whereas Rick was going like satellite radio. Like he was hitting us with chops of words. What's the difference and why the difference? Does one go about it a different way than the other? People are going to want to know that question. If one person's answering more one word or a couple word sentences, and then you're actually telling the story of what you see or what's going on.
Yeah, I was just repeating what I was hearing.
Right.
There was no analyzing it or manipulating it. It was just the words I heard are the ones that I said.
So then, Sarah, what's the difference? Like, how do you see things more?
I guess the difference is I'm opening myself up here to a more, I don't like the word, but mediumistic type experience, I guess, like trying to open my third eye, using the white noise, and putting myself in that space. And I'm describing what I'm seeing. Now I could have, and this is different than the Gansfeld, but I do it kind of both ways. I could have gotten words. That's happened before, and then I would have repeated the words. That's just not what happened this time. This time I was seeing a story, and I was seeing it as if I'm the person, the main character of the story. I was seeing it through somebody else's eyes, basically.
So through white noise, Rick heard stuff, and you could see what was going on, sort of.
Rick's using a sweeping radio signal, going very fast. I remember he had it very fast. So he is trying to listen carefully for the spirits. So I guess the biggest difference, and Rick, correct me if I'm wrong, is that while the spirits are talking directly to Rick, for me, I felt more like I had someone showing me something. So I wasn't like listening for words. He's listening for words from the spirits. I just kind of like, wherever you got. When you do the SDs, you don't plan on seeing anything. Like, I guess you don't have to open yourself up to all those types of experiences. Whereas I'm kind of attempting to
Please. Put yourself out there.
Yeah, almost channel something here.
So you're saying you're different.
That I'm different?
Yes. You're
Me
doing it a little bit
personally?
differently. Yeah, this whole
Yeah.
method, you're doing it a little differently.
Yeah,
Say
I
Rick.
do. Yes, I'm doing
Now-
something almost completely different from Rick.
If Rick were to do this multiple times, would it evolve?
Yes, it's takes a lot of practice and you opening yourself up, which is a little bit more. I mean, you could be opening yourself up to anything. So I guess maybe some people don't like that or don't want to do that, and that's fine. And some people are at different levels of sensitivities, and it takes a lot of practice. I've done it quite a bit now with the Ganzfeld to the point where I feel like I almost only need the white noise. I do need something. Like I know a lot of mediums don't need anything. I do need either white noise, and either the red light or being blindfolded. It just helps me focus.
Rick, you think if you did it more, it would slow down to you? Like in other words, do you think or you think it's just like,
Yeah, I think it's like a muscle for sure. The
Yeah.
more you exercise it, the better it becomes.
that's an interesting thing to have. That's a pretty decent question. Is it muscle? Is it like a muscle memory to it, or is it just different people?
Where on the island are you from?
White dress, brown boots.
What's your last name? You part of the
There's something going on in the back of my neck.
I think you just got a bad neck.
you part of the original settlers? Not.
I mean,
You're always
yes,
like
I
blaming
do.
people for your neck. You're always like, there's something going on with my neck.
Lamont. Rathburn. What about a Tillinghast?
Shout out to Tillinghast. Thank God it wasn't windy. Hey, Ronald McDonald.
What did he do for work?
Sorry, see, you see the
I
difference?
didn't see if she was pushed or fell, but she's
You see the difference how you're looking around? You're doing
Yeah.
this, and Rick was doing like the Doctor Strange, like it's keeping it all in his head. Even the body language of the two of you is completely different about
Yeah.
the
It was like that in the Gensfeld too. When Sarah was about to get something, she started doing the old Stevie Wonder.
all the lean in.
I feel like it's scanning, but I'm actually like in this. I remember it like I could see it, so I was looking around me, and I'm not seeing anything because I have a blindfold on, but I was seeing what this woman was seeing around her. So I'm looking and I'm seeing her surroundings at the time of what she's showing me.
I'm still just perplexed / fascinated by the fact that the two of you have almost completely different data as far as what's coming in. Like you're taking it in a totally different way than he was, and I don't know which one's better, worse, indifferent. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like it's kind of strange to me that different people and taking things different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it is
cool.
different. It's the same church, different pew.
What if
Oh,
I
I
got
like
like
that, Rick.
limericks? What if I got like limericks? Like I went in and all I could hear is like little like quirky little,
There once was a man from Block Island who was
Yeah,
always smiling. Sorry.
right? You know what I mean? Like, what's that be awful? No, don't listen to him. Why? He only hears limericks. Like,
You
know what
would
I
be
mean?
that guy. You
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. I actually won a limerick contest when I was in first grade. I got my face in the Province Journal. Rick, you remember
Oh,
they used to
look at
put the
you.
kids that won contests in schools in the back of where the comics were?
Oh yeah.
Spelled my name wrong there too.
Bastard.
Yeah. But spelled my name wrong freshman, sophomore, and junior year of high school. They couldn't even get my name right. And they spelled it wrong in different ways. They said Mikhail instead of Michael. They spelled my last name a billion different ways. They didn't even know who I was. Oh, my poor life. Let's get back to the video, guys. I'm going to fast forward to see where Sarah is, say, at this point.
nice hands, the long sleeves with the lace. She wasn't dead when she won the well because I saw through her eyes. I don't think
I'm
she's
out.
dead. Unless
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I think we skipped the part that you were sounding like you were on a train or
Yeah, that was in the beginning. That's like before when I first sat there, I felt like I was, before I say anything about my neck, Mike, I felt like I was, he's,
no, that's interesting because when we do the Gensfeld method later on, we both had the feeling of,
moving.
I felt like I was in a muscle car, I kept on saying. You know what I mean? But definitely like moving. Yeah.
I mean, well, this one I actually felt myself like moving, like the rocking, moving back and forth. Whereas when I did the Gansfeld, the vibration I was feeling, I felt like it was from heavy footsteps on the floor. Like I felt like I was feeling,
Okay, so movement, blindfolded, sitting crisscross applesauce in the wind could cause some sort of funny thing. But sitting inside ghost tours, there was no wind, so you wouldn't feel anything on the ground. So I could see
No.
you guys feeling something moving or feeling like you're moving, sitting like that in the wind. Me personally, I'd be bobbling all around, but that's me personally. But I can't explain it in the other one. I'm just trying to come up with practical answers to what happened to us. All right, so let me play it from here. And she's pointing. Look.
Madeline, Madeline.
Okay, Madeline, what's your last name, Madeline?
Magdalene? I'm not sure.
What was your last name?
Madeline.
Is she telling you, or are you trying to read this from something?
She's not telling me. I'm trying to read it. I couldn't get it.
Read it from what?
I don't know. I was just hearing it. Like I don't know how to explain how that works.
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to focus in on what the name was. And so I'm sort of hearing it, not externally, but, in my mind, trying to draw out the name. But I'm not hearing her voice. No.
okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just that you guys use white noise differently.
Well,
There's a
Rick's using radio signal.
All right.
And I'm using pure white
gonna figure
noise.
her
So
out,
there's
so if you wanna
there's
talk
no
to her.
signal on what I'm using. There's no antenna. It's just a white noise looper. Whereas what Rick was doing is the idea. So here's how to explain it better, maybe. What Rick's doing, the idea is that the spirits can use that radio frequency to manipulate it
Okay.
to, make words and speak to us.
Yep.
The white noise is
It's just to clear your head.
just a tool for me. Like I don't think they're manipulating the white noise. I'm using the white noise to help myself focus and open my third eye. So
to
as
clear the
where Rick is
mechanism.
whereas Rick's using a tool that's supposed to be direct communication manipulated by spirits, I'm using a tool that's just aiding me in focusing so that I can directly. So I mean, really, in this method, the receptor is not the radio, it's me, if that makes more sense.
I think we should have put a little sign there because it looks like the same experiment.
It does,
Right.
yeah.
So it looks exactly the same, but there's totally different results.
Yep.
I'm glad.
Totally different tools to results both.
I'm
Yeah.
glad it was finally explained that way. Now I'm on board. All right, different things. All right, let me just hear the rest of you.
I didn't do it. She's whatever she was accused of doing, whatever reason
Oh, they hung her.
they wanted to hurt her, she didn't do it.
That's why her neck was hurt.
She was falsely accused.
That's why the neck was hurt before the fight. Well, my
By the way,
daughter-
I'm just babbling. Don't mind me. I don't know why.
They call you a witch.
Were you hung and then thrown down the well?
She was innocent.
Did she get into the witchcraft?
Were you hung and thrown down the well?
Was she a seer? Was she clairvoyant?
But, by the way, Rick's asking all kinds of different questions that you probably should do as an investigator. And I'm sitting there like I'm in a conversation, just saying the same thing over and over again. That's maybe why you don't take someone like me.
You did good.
One thing. I'll get her out.
That's when I said, should we get her out? And Rick's like, a couple more minutes.
I can see her hands. She's unmarried. There's no rings. Her hands look nice, so she wasn't poor.
So a
Her
woman
hands
like
are
that.
nice. Her clothing's nice.
So a woman like that sounds like. Could you get hung for adultery?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, back then, of course.
Yep. I actually had that thought too at the time. Whatever she did when she was telling me she's innocent, because that's the only time like I heard her. But she didn't really want to say what it was all about. I was like thinking, oh, she got
She didn't
accused
sound like a
of it was
thief,
like a
right?
scarlet letter. What?
She didn't sound like a thief. She didn't sound like she needed money. She didn't sound like
She
killed
didn't.
someone, right?
No, I mean, I was looking at her for clues. I mean, so that's why I was kind of like trying to see her hands and stuff to see. And you can tell a lot about people by their hands and shoes and all that. And based on her clothing and her appearance, she wouldn't have needed money. She had money. I kind of got the sense that it was, but I can't say for certain because we can't really identify who this person was because I couldn't get a real name or a last name. But yeah, I kind of got the sense that it was an adultery type thing.
Yeah. I think at this point I'm thinking that she got caught cheating. They hung her, threw her down a well.
Yeah, but she was adamant that she was innocent of whatever she was accused of. So I mean, back then, even if you're a woman, if you got caught unsupervised with a man or alone with him, you could have been accused of anything.
How much different was she than the woman to the front left during the Gansfeld method that you both saw?
She was very similar in appearance to me. Rick didn't see both women, so I would say I'd say they had a very similar appearance, but I could not see the woman during the Gansfeld as well. So silhouette type stuff would have been a match, but I couldn't see. I couldn't see her face during this experiment because I was seeing through her eyes and I didn't see really any face during the Gansfeld. It was kind of just an outline, but hair and clothes and shoes, approximate height would have matched.
Any feeling at all that it could have been the same thing? In
Yeah,
other words, it was there on the outside, not able to speak because it wasn't its turn really, but it was still there for it. Was still with you.
I did get that sense, and it was funny because during the Gansfeld, she stood in the corner. She never really left. She never really interfered at all. She was kind of just sort of timid and observing. So it's possible she followed us.
That's weird. Like seriously, that's weird. All right. Look at your hands though. You're Spider-Man right now.
Oh, got you.
Oh, by the way, that's where you scared her.
It's scary when someone taps you out of that.
Yeah.
I'm
Celebrating harvest. Nothing that's very much times like the women will be drawn to the women, the guys will be drawn to the guys, right? You know, like, sometimes the guys are drawn to the women.
I didn't know what you were talking about there. I don't think I was even paying attention.
I don't know.
To be honest. You're trying to explain like what type of spirits you pick up, or I think I was asking if a woman rather talk to a woman, some shit like that.
We didn't catch much we got here, but the flashlights turned on by itself before we even started. Did you see that?
I just saw it on.
Yeah.
I didn't see it turn on, so I can't.
No.
If that was the same spirit from the cemetery and the Oddfellows building, I would say
Pitch
she
over and we
wasn't done telling us what she needed to tell us.
That whole
And
thing
that-
brings up a lot of questions with me now.
Why is that?
Because I feel like Rick was getting directions. And then I feel like there was somebody that was just not a nice person there for a quick blip. And then I felt like it was somebody that had no more patience for Rick. I
Or
felt like
me asking them questions.
Yeah, it was
like
just
they were
done.
like, shut up.
Let's talk.
Rick, how'd you feel hearing that back?
Watching it back right now,
Mhm.
I thought it was great. I liked it, and makes me want to get back out there.
We gotta do more, you guys.
What's that?
We have to do another one. We have to do another one soon.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So Rick, the woman in the corner on your session, the second time, did you see her? Did you see a silhouette? Do you remember what she looked like?
Well, there was two ladies. There was the one on my left who looked like Mother Mary, and then there's a lady down the well, and she looks like classic Irish, old school. Just when you look at somebody, you're like, oh my god, it doesn't get any more Irish than that. Irish.
Drinking a beer, eating a potato?
Yeah, definitely potatoes involved.
Because if it was an Italian, I would have just said eating a bowl of pasta. Nobody would have made a face. Speaking for the Italians, Sarah, after watching that back, did you pick up on anything maybe you didn't the first time? Is there anything you heard this time that stood out on the playback?
I think that, during Rick's session, I think, it's like I realized just how done they were with us at that point, or they wanted to get on to the next thing that they knew we were doing. So either way, they wanted it to stop, and I was hesitating, and I don't think I was making them happy. While I was doing that, I definitely am thinking now maybe it was the same person. Rick, did you see her hair? Can you say what her hair was like or what kind of hairstyle she had?
Long brown hair. The girl in the
Was it
well?
down? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. See, the woman I saw, it was gathered up on the top of her head.
Well, he saw her at the bottom of a well.
Well,
So
not
by the
it
time he hit
wasn't
the
a
bottom, her hair
tunnel.
would be down.
Yeah, it was more of a tunnel than a well. Well, but what I did notice, which I didn't notice until now, was like the first half of me doing the spirit box. Really, some of the words I was using matched up with what your scene was. And about halfway through it, I think it went somewhere else. But it was like down in a tunnel. You know what I mean?
You said, and I wrote this down. That's right. You said chamber, and I wrote that down while we were rewatching your Estes just now because I'm like, yeah, well, that would have been. It would have felt like a chamber, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're down, I know I said well, and we talked about this afterwards. I don't know that it was a well. It was moist. There was a lot of moist dirt at the bottom of definitely what a hole, and there was some water in the bottom, but not enough that it was like I was submerged in water. But yeah, you did say like things like chamber or follow down. So I don't know.
Yeah.
If those things are related.
Yeah.
Well, that was an overall great time on Block Island. I think both videos are they have their own stories. Are they connected? I don't know. Did it feel like that night? Yeah, but who knows what we know? You know what I mean? It's just the feeling. We have legit Paranormal 101 coming up next. We're going to get back to the book at the beginning of being a paranormal investigator to help some people out, give me some information. So I think we're all going to be on the next show. Am I correct? All three of us?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, hey, that's an Adkins tumbler. You know what's great
Sure
about
is.
Adkins tumblers? They keep the hot stuff hot.
And Mike, it keeps the cold stuff cold.
What else would you want from a tumbler?
I still have to mail Mike's tumbler back to
No,
him.
for Block Island.
Guys,
Isaac. For Sarah Paranormal.
like and subscribe.
Please
Oh,
like and
God,
subscribe.
thank you, Rick.
For King Mike L. Which is me, Mike Leprey. This was Legit Paranormal Clips brought to you by LegitPodcast.com. Give us about 1, 2, 3 minutes. We'll be back up with Legit Paranormal 101. And it goes on.